reactant.
The enemy has triggered the release of a possessed Exilizer. Purge it before it pumps out even more void contamination. Spent Exilizer has been retired.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Exilizer under assault. We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups. Exilizer spent. Our enemy has abandoned valuable supplies. This is yours now. I've opened an extraction route. Your choice when to use it. Contamination just spiked. Keep your wits about you. We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups. A void manifestation is possessing an Exilizer. Stop it before it feeds the cascade. Exilizer spent.
Well done, Taylor. Your relic is opened.
Spent Exilizer has been retired. Struggle has its benefits. readings are off the charts. I don't know what sort of nightmares you might encounter. Exolyzer spent. Down an exolyzer, working on backups.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Spent exolyzer has been retired. We're down an exolyzer, working on backups. Enemy bounty secured. Exolyzer has been retired.
How you doing, Baron?
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Exolyzer spent.
Oh, that's great. You got it before it disappeared. Brilliant.
We're down an exolyzer, working on backups.
As you can see here, Grendel's not struggling, and he's going to continue this sort of level all the way up to level cap. The damage of the gas might fall off, but we'll just change their weapons. But, you know, the method of being invincible is going to work all the way up to level 9999. Great. That's brilliant that you got that stuff.
collected enough reactants to open your relic.
Exalizer spent. Exalizer spent.
We'll also armor strip as well with this Grendel, so it's toxin, gas, viral, and it's armor stripping as well, which is brilliant, you know. So he's in a great position right now, Grendel. And look at this gas just scales crazy as it overlaps on enemies. It's also helping everybody else with a bit of extra status effects, I suppose. But you know, we can run around just like this and gun if we want to. But the ball's handy because you're completely immortal in the ball while we're travel room to room. It's kind of a safety net, is it, to get room to room in the ball. The minute our health goes down, it just goes back up again. We just need to be mindful to keep casting Nourish and getting our 30 seconds of invulnerability, basically. Nice.
That's a void angel in the making. Best be ready.
Spent Exalizer has been retired. See what you make of this.
The angel is trying to retreat into the void so it can heal. Follow it and stop it. That's the way. Break it down, body and soul.
Exalizer spent.
Good. Now it'll stay hurt.
Spent Exalizer has been retired.
Oh, he's not got the greatest stuff. This whole update's been a bit of a letdown, is it? Barrow's not got the greatest stuff. But he's going to have some great stuff during Tentacon, I'm sure. We'll have all his good stuff back. I was hoping for a mod booster. That's the main thing I want. Mod booster is to double the amount of arcanes we get in here. So I try and get as much mod boosters as I can. Last time I had about 60 days, so I bought a lot of them. But mod boosters to me is the greatest thing we can get from Barrow. I buy like the likes of Jolt and the sort of rare 60 mods if he has them. But apart from that, I don't really buy that much. It's some of the cosmetics, mostly the mod boosters, because they're just so good. It doubles all arcane drops. So you get a lot more profit when you do cascades. You get crazy amount of arcanes. That would be pretty creepy.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
Have you ever tried playing the first Descendant or Destiny? They're two games I hear good stuff about. Well, sometimes hear good stuff about. It depends, really, does it? Some people hate Destiny and the first Descendant now. But I think these games could rival Warframe, or the Destiny did. I think the first Descendant could be fun if they just changed a few things in it. Yeah, he doesn't have much great stuff, to be fair.
Ah, the void has manifested something other than a nightmare.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
It doesn't seem like it's in a good place, does it? The first Descendant, I tried it out, and I started getting quite into it, but then I read that, once you unlock everything, like Warframe, you unlock everything and you feel more powerful, and you've still got endgame stuff to do. But it appears that in the first Descendant, once you get all the characters and all the weapons, there's nothing really to do. There's not endgame farming or endgame fun things like this. It's just to rerun everything again, and that sounds to me extremely boring.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
I've been playing that Cyberpunk game now and then. The games that really stick out to me and that I feel I've got a lot of replayability that I really like are Borderlands 2 and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. Apart from that, a lot of the games I grew up loving, I don't have any desire to go back and play them again. The likes of Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill 2, I used to love games like that, but when you discover these sort of games that have endless replayability, it's difficult to go back to just boring games. That's exactly what I said. I said that, you know, Warframe didn't start out amazing from what I've read. So maybe the first Descendant can grow into something really fun and really good. And I think it will. It's like Borderlands 4 right now, it's terrible. But all the Borderlands games I played them years after they came out, so they'd already had all their bugs and that ironed out and became good games. So Borderlands 4 in 2 years' time will probably be a really, really fun game. What game's that, Baron? Is that the Warframe in its infancy or what? That you were saying you was part of that crowd, or was it the first Descendant or what? I'm lucky. I joined Warframe during the Clervo update. I remember that was the loading screen when I joined Warframe. I joined it a while ago now.
Working on backups.
No, what's Concord? I heard about Starflight. Is that some sort of game about space flying about, but that's it really.
Spin Exilizer has been retired.
Where the fuck is all this reacting?
We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups. Struggle has its benefits.
What console was Concord on? He's fucking reacting, seriously. Come on, shoot me. Give me some energy.
Spin Exilizer has been retired.
Jeez, that's shocking how badly that failed then. I'll probably look up a video of that and listen to it later on. See the story about it. It reminds me kind of the story I heard about George Foreman's grill and Hulk Hogan. Supposedly Hulk Hogan got the phone call about George Foreman's grill before it came out, and he said no to it.
Spin Exilizer has been retired. down an Exilizer, working on backups. Ah, the Void has manifested something other than a nightmare.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Fuck me, come on, you just could have marked the reactant. I'm lucky that I got that there. Somebody's fucking struggling. Mark the reactant. What games did you play any games in the PlayStation 2, Baron?
Collected enough reactants to open the relic.
Exilizer spent. We're down an Exilizer, working on backups. Spent Exilizer has been retired.
Let me just have a look in YouTube because I can't fully see the comments on here. It's quite annoying. Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. That sounds like it would have been either really badly made or extremely, extremely difficult. That's wild that the group of fans try to do that and fucking Sony sued them. Typical Sony, is it? You know, look at what they've done to Michael Jackson. What about the Halo? You know, the Halo servers, I remember reading when they were getting shut down, that there was a group of people stayed online like constantly, like this group of 14 people stayed online. And, you know, Microsoft says, you know, we see you and stuff and gave them a free thing, like a free voucher for Halo 2 because they were so dedicated to stay online, and eventually the last person logged off. You know, but as long as somebody stayed online, the servers couldn't shut down, as long as one person stayed online. So I think that the Halo 1 server stayed online for a couple of weeks, and then the final person logged out. End of an era. I've often thought about jailbreaking my old Xbox and getting all these old games again because, fuck, Halo 1 and Halo 2, Gears of War 1, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas are games that I spent thousands of hours in, especially Resident Evil 4, but I know that game inside out. There's one game that I think I'm professional or close to being professional at, it's Resident Evil 4. I absolutely love that game. The remake, I couldn't get into it. I didn't like how they changed the aiming. You know, there's some of the remakes that I absolutely love, but I couldn't get into the aiming change they done to Resident Evil 4. It really bothered me.
Spent Exilizer has been retired. Exolizer spent.
What about fighting games? Do you like Tekken? Or Street Fighter? Or maybe the likes of, I don't know, Tekken, Street Fighter? That's another good fighting game. I'm trying to think of the fighting games that I used to play all the time.
Spent Exolizer has been retired. Our enemy's folly is your game.
Mortal Kombat. Mostly Tekken's the one that I play, though. I love Tekken. Mostly the likes of Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Grand Theft Auto, Resident Evil. You know, a crazy fact here, my girlfriend's uncle, I live in Scotland, my girlfriend's uncle was the lead programmer for Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and Manhunt. I don't know if you played Manhunt, but it's a brutal sort of Rockstar horror survival game where you execute people. And, you know, growing up, that was probably my favourite game. And then when I met my girlfriend, she said her uncle was the high up in Rockstar, and true enough, Rockstar formed here. And back then, in the PS2 era of games, Rockstar was here. And I couldn't believe it. I met him and I thought, this is like meeting my hero. Because this guy made the game that I've probably played the most of any other game. That Resident Evil 4, it's probably tied with. It probably is Manhunt. I absolutely love that game. If you've never played it, anybody watching this, if you like PS2 era games, or do you just like a creepy sort of game that isn't a typical horror with jump scares, Manhunt is brilliant. The final level is really creepy too in Manhunt.
Exolizer spent.
How long's my heart in nourishment up for? The whole time of nourish? Yeah. Yeah, Manhunt's definitely worth a playthrough. Probably get really cheap now with emulator on the PC and PS2 emulator. That's what I'm most excited for when I finally get my proper gaming PC in a few weeks, maybe a month. I don't know if I can transfer this Warframe account because, you know, this is a Warframe account. It's got a PC account on it because I had to make the 2F verification stuff. I don't know if I transfer this Warframe account onto PC and start playing PC with a cam and a mic and stuff, and actually make a proper go of this YouTube stuff. You know, will this Warframe account transfer onto PC? And if I do transfer it onto PC, let's say the PlayStation broke and the PC broke, would I be able to transfer the Warframe account onto Xbox, or is it only available on 2 different platforms? Because if I lost this account with all the ribbons and all the effort I put into this, I'd be broken-hearted. I mean, like, you know how you can, you know, if you create like, I've got this PlayStation account, but I had to set up the 2FA verification to be able to trade. So I had to make a PC account and then tie it to this account. So I'll be able to play this Warframe account on PC. But, you know, my login details, I presume, will be the same, maybe a different name, maybe a different email because they were tied emails. But, you know, let's say I take this Warframe account and start to play it on my PC because it's tied to the PC account I made for the 2FA verification. Could I then make this Warframe account work on Xbox, or can you only cross-platform it with two platforms? You know, example, PlayStation and PC, or Xbox and PlayStation, or PC and Xbox. I wonder if you could, you know, play this Warframe account on an Xbox as well if it ever came to it, where I'd have to use it. So I'm sure that I read it can only be available on two different platforms. You know, your account can only either be played on one platform or another, and then once you've done it to that, it's locked to only ever play on them platforms. That was my worry. I just hope I can play this in the PC. You know, I've got no hope in hell being able to play it with a fucking keyboard and mouse, because I'm no use to that shit. But I'll be able to play it with a controller. It's crazy now that Grendel's feeling just as immortal as fucking Revenant, because as long as we keep this heart and nourishment up, we're golden. Then we just jump back into the ball and re-heal.
Spent Exilizer has been retired. Our enemy's folly is your game.
So what would you say your favourite weapons in the game are right now, Baron? No, I'm meaning I'm gonna have the PC set up, and I've got the PS just now. I was meaning, let's say for in a million and one chance that your PlayStation broke and your PC broke, could you then take your Warframe account over on Xbox?
Exilizer spent.
This gas damage is disgusting. Look at it, we're wiping out massive groups of people. When I took Grendel to level cap shield gate, and it was a right nightmare because I had to rely on this every 2 seconds, the shield gate. It was torture. This is so much more comfortable. Oh yeah, the boar's brilliant. I love the boar. I haven't used it in a while, but yeah, I absolutely love the boar. Oh, the Reconifix is an interesting little rifle, is it? With the heat damage added to it. It is a fun little rifle. There's a guy on YouTube, I don't know if you've seen him, his name's Amolistic. AMOLISTIC. He done a good video on their Reconifix, and he's a Rhino main. He's got a lot of interest in takes and videos and weapons. He's brilliant. I love to watch him whenever he uploads. So anybody watching this, I implore you to follow Amolistic. He's really great. He knows his stuff. And if you like Excalibur, the man to follow about Excalibur is AGALL, Agall. He's posted some great videos about Excalibur. And Joey here in the chat, he's got a Warframe channel. He's doing well. He's like 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad. You know, I've posted all these videos and I don't get much views. I get a few consistent viewers that I absolutely respect. And thank you so much, Baron. You're one that's always there to watch and support, and you know, take time out whatever you're doing to talk and yap away to me. But I must be doing something wrong. Maybe if I get a PC, that my views will go up. Because I don't know, what have I done this, like 9 months now? I've got 250 subs. But there's a lot of people that joined the same time as me, and you know, they don't edit like I do. edit, like substantially edit well. They just kind of talk over the mic like I do and record things.
Has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's
Oh yeah, it's brilliant analytic. But you know, the sort of channels that are like mine that just kind of yap and show stuff in the simulacrum and then go into missions, they're all doing a lot better to me, and I take my hat off to them. But maybe it's my accent, maybe it's my voice, or maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But you know, it's just disheartening. My girlfriend keeps telling me, no, it'll pick up eventually. But if I get the PC and I get a bit more into editing and post some more videos and it doesn't pick up, I'll probably just leave the channel where it is and not keep posting. Maybe a post lives and cascade runs now and then. But when I started this, to be honest, I didn't start it to try and get a big following or anything. So I was just happy to spread a little bit of knowledge on things in case people didn't know it. You know, I've got a video on Wit Post about people coming into Steel Pass and how to mod for melees. Because, you know, when I started getting into Steel Pass, I didn't know how to mod for melees. I'd only ever invested in guns. I think I had the Ignis Wraith, and I think I had maybe the Latham. And obviously back then, I couldn't get platinum that often, so I really was tight with it, so I just invested in guns. So learning about melees was overwhelming to me. I thought, why is my melee not doing well? Why, when a stat keeps the critical damage and pressure point, why is it not doing well? But then you got all these niche things like Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush, and I've got melee influence. So I made a video, it's not uploaded yet, but I made a video that basically was just showing that if you've got the Broken War, this is how to mod it. That'll cover all your sort of light attack sword builds. If you've got a Gunblade, this is how to mod it. If you've got a Glaive, this is how to mod it. And unfortunately, if you want to slam, this is how to mod it. So I covered the sort of weapons you'd get free or early on, the Broken War, the Zorus, and you know how to mod it if you're new to Steel Pass and making your damage work. Because I felt like when I was looking for that information, it was kind of just getting glazed over and not really spoken about, and why you use this mod and why this makes a difference. So hopefully when I upload that, it's like 36 minutes long, waffling on about all different weapons and how to mod them, sort of the cores of Kratos, things with afflictions, things with melee exposure, things with influence, and you know why we mod this and why we don't do this, and you know why this works and why this doesn't work. Try to simplify it, because I know that I was looking for that information. Maybe this video is out now, maybe people don't need that information, but I'll put it up, I'll see if anybody likes it. And then if people like that, I'll do a basic guide on when you get to Steel Pass, how do you mod to make your pistols do well, whether it's, you know, how to mod to make your primaries do well. But really it's just a blanket statement of crit chance, critical damage, base damage, and galvanized savvy really, and you know that's going to cover everything really, is it? You know, we're in a today's meta, you want to have crit chance and status sort of hybrids. And that's the same, I suppose, when it comes to the melees as well, unless you're going for, you know, an exposure slam build or afflictions. I think a massive thing as well that we need in all builds is to have a decent primer. People really sleep on how much a decent primer helps. And you really do need to have a decent primer. Didagar the Houndites here are the absolute best. And especially if you're a multiplicative gun fan like me, you absolutely have to have a decent primer. The homie's down. Where's the homie over here? It's weird when the map glitches like that. Grendel's having no issue surviving here, with no helminths. Heart of Nourishment, jumping the ball, out heal any damage, all the way up to level 10 billion, whatever level, and Grendel's never going to die. As long as you just keep your eye on this Heart of Nourishment, you're going to be golden and you'll never die, regardless of what level you go with. And he'll kill everything, because the gas damage will scale with level. Because I do believe Gastro scales with the level of enemies in his stomach. So, you know, if we were here with a level 10 enemy, we'd do pathetic damage against them. But because we've got enemies on the same level as them, we'll do good enough damage. It can fall off at level cap, but that's why we've got good guns to jump out and use. The balls are safety, moves from room to room, the ball, and you know, watch this. Let's stand underneath a Jade Light Xmas at this level, where we're at, what are we at, 68 Exalizers, so the enemies are thousands of levels high, or 1,000. We'll get our status immunity. Got our status immunity. Now we'll stand under a Jade Light Xmas and we'll see that we can just tank everything, regardless of the level we're at. I wish these screens weren't as long as sometimes. I wish we could click a button to all just say, yeah, we've clicked the right reward and move on. But knowing me, somebody comes to the door and rings the doorbell the minute that the reward screen comes up. Right, let's find an Xmas to stand under. Let's get our status immunity up. So we won't have all the enemies in our stomach, cast, nourish, and then we'll have 30 seconds of basically invulnerability. Because we'll out heal any potential damage they can do. Right, it's always belly up. Right, we've got some enemies in our stomach now. Now where's our Jade Light Xmas? Watch this, we won't find any there. Right, keep the status immunity up. That's the most crucial thing. We need to keep an eye on our status immunity. Then, you know, nothing can hurt us. I don't even know if violence can hurt us. Maybe if he pulls us out of the ball, he can. I know that an arrows is literally immortal to violence and everything. Oh, somebody killed the Jade Light Xmas. It's that Lavos that's running around with Affliction's armour. Got a crazy build on this guy. Right, we've got decent status immunity. Come on, let's find. Right, we'll just stand here and we'll tank all these bullets. Watch this. We stand here, we're in the ball. Look at our health.
We're down an Exilizer, working on backups.
Look at our health. It just goes straight back up. See? Now that doesn't matter. When we're at level 999, it'll be the exact same. Then if we get in a panic, we just fucking cast Nourish again and we instantly full heal. So we stand here. Watch this.
We're down an Exilizer, working on backups.
We just need to keep an eye on that status immunity. Long time no see. How you doing, buddy? It's another Grendel non-helminth persistence build. How are you liking this update? It's not been the best, is it? An absolute skid mark in the underpants of society, this update, to be fair. Even the fucking event. What were they thinking, not giving us some sort of things to grind out? I'm pretty burned out with Warframe, to be honest, as well, Julio. But keep on keeping on. I was just saying it, Baron. You know, maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but people, I don't seem to be getting much people that view this. So when I get my PC in the next few weeks, if the viewership goes up or the subs don't go up, I'll just pack it and maybe do cascade runs because I don't know, I don't get that much views, and I see other people that have got the same sort of format as me, they edit the same sort of level as me, and now here we go, we've got stats immunity. We need more in our belly though, drastically. Here we go. And watch Grendel here now. Come on, do your Jade Light Xmas thing. Here we go, watch this. Look at that. Look at the health. Crazy. But yeah, if it goes Pete Tong, I don't care, because I've never aspired to be a YouTuber. I just thought I'll maybe do a bit better than this. But that's life. Try things. Some things succeed, some things don't. Never know. I might do really well next week. But I'm certainly not going to be down about it. And look at the gas damage we do. It's pretty good because it's scaling to the level of damage in enemies' stomachs.
Exilizer has been retired.
I need to go through here and get more fucking reactant. Come on, Grendel. Where's this reactant? Come on.
Exilizer has been retired.
What is going on with the reactant today? Here we go. Finally, sorted out.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
We're down an Exalizer.
Oh, I just got that in time again.
Enemy bounty secured.
But we definitely got good damage with this gas. What do you think of Foley then, Julio? Are you liking her? Took her to level cap I tested her out for about an hour, put a build out, then I didn't play it, then I played a couple of days later and I took her at level cap, and that's not because I'm great at the game, it's just because you press 1 you're immortal, you press 2 everything dies. So, you know, once you understand the mechanics of going to cascade, you know, anybody's going to be able to take Foley to level cap. It's not because I was particularly good at it or anything. Like another Revenant, kind of, just, you know, instead of using guns that are just going to wipe everything out, or a Magi Star, you just cast 1 periodically and cast 2, everything dies.
Exalizer spent.
Yeah, don't farm her. If you're going to do anything, fucking buy her, because that is the most disgusting farm I have ever done. That was soul destroying. I bought her, I done it a handful of time and I thought, okay, they're going to update this, they're going to see the unanimous hate. Nope, they didn't really make it any better. It's just disgusting. But no, you know what's worrying me? That this is a thing that they are going to realise, oh, if we put out terrible farms, people buy it for platinum. Then they're going to see money signs in their eyes, and they're going to keep creating terrible farms for new frames, and people are going to keep, you know, spending the plat. And that's my worry, that sort of thing's going to happen. Where the hell's my boyo? He's up.
Exalizer spent.
Yeah. They need to make the farm better, because, you know, Noko's farm isn't too bad, Temple's farm wasn't too bad. Why is Foley's farm so horrible and disgusting? They've got unanimous hate on every chat I've seen, on every fucking video I've seen, people hate Foley's farm. You know, what's wrong with D not going, right, okay, we need to really up the pity currency for Foley, or we need to really up the drop rate chances for our parts.
The void has manifested
It's,
something other than a nightmare.
It's not great, is it? I need to get a start meeting up. This is when you get caught lacking and get murked. This has been an unlucky cascade. No, you know, the other day I got 6 Soma stocks back to back. I could not believe my luck with that. I'd never seen that before, 6 back to back. No, I wouldn't just leave and not say anything. I wouldn't just go ghost mode. I would probably periodically post these. Periodically post these. But I don't know if I would continue to. Oh shit, I've lost my stats immunity. Stats immunity up. That's the biggest problem here. Yeah, like I was saying, I just kind of made this because on PS4 I couldn't send videos to people, so I said, okay, I'll make a YouTube channel and I'll show you videos on why the Stala is so good, or why the ALAP's so good, or, you know, why Zephyr's so good, and then it just kind of snowballed, and I thought, okay, I'll stream some live cascades. And then after getting 50 viewers, I started streaming the cascades, but then it kind of got up to 250 and it became stagnant. So I thought, oh well, maybe this is just the end of it. But I'll periodically come on here and post cascades and yap away at people. I don't know if he died from my gas clouds, or if he's saying he walked in a gas cloud and died, but I don't understand how he's getting friendly damage from my gas clouds.
Collected enough reactants to open your relic.
Exalizer spent.
I didn't think so. Ah, right, okay.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
So that starts me up, and now we're back to being golden. Now, where the fuck is he? And if you've noticed that I swear a lot, I'm sorry. It's just being Scottish. We swear a lot here. So this Velox augment, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but this dude here linked them. I don't know how he managed to link them, but look at this. Where have they gone? 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 They're in the chat somewhere. The fucking Velox augments, where are they gone? Right, get this Satsamini up before I end up dying and looking like an idiot saying that he's immortal. There we go. This. About 30 seconds of grace, we're sorted now, we can't die. Where is this? Am I going blind? They are there somewhere, I'll find them after the run. You have probably all seen the belt. There we go, look, we're completely immortal, look at this. We can get shot no matter how much they want to shoot us, watch our health bar. And we're golden. So, Grendel does not need a helminth. You know, that when you're in the ball form, you're going to instantly heal. But then you cast another once, and you instantly full heal. But in here, you're going to get 500 a second. So you're golden. Your gas damage is nothing to scoff at, pretty good too. What am I doing all the way over here? I need to go and get in this fucking reactant instead of wasting time.
Exilizer spent.
And there's no fucking stuff. As usual, I roll in late and I lose the reactant. For the longest time I did back pain, so I hadn't been playing Warframe much the last, I don't know, over the last 8 weeks I haven't played it that much, to be honest. I used to play it every fucking day. It's obviously my accent, is it?
We're down an Exilizer. Working on backup.
Where is this? Don't worry, I don't find that you're being mean. I've got 6 skin. You can say what you want to me, folks.
Just lost an Exilizer to possession. Get it back.
Where the hell is this reactant?
Spent Exilizer has been retired. Keep any roaming Thrax away from that Exilizer until it discharges. That'll nip this cascade in the bud. Exilizer spent. Our enemy's folly is your game.
Just in time. How about that?
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I definitely need a better mic. You're right there. You know, my dad died in October. Not to get all somber and sad and depressive, but my dad died in October, and when he passed away, he had a little bit of money that he put in his will to me. So I'm waiting for the lawyers to deal with it, solicitors, whatever you're from, lawyers probably where you would call it. And then I'm the beneficiary, so the money comes to me. So I'm going to invest it in a decent computer, I think. Take my girlfriend and daughter on holiday, and then probably use the rest to, I don't know, train in something that I want to do, because I served my time as a plumber and I really didn't enjoy it. I thought that sometimes, you know, for some reason, I done a stupid video about Mag and her bubble and the Siam, and it got 18,000 views. Well, that's probably the best I've done. The rest, the most of my videos get like 1,000 views at the most, you know, and I'm happy enough with that. If I can influence 1,000 people, I'm happy. If I can make somebody look at a lesser known weapon and go and invest in it and have fun with it, I'm happy. That's all that I intended to really do with this. I certainly have never intended to, you know, get into making money on YouTube. Get this gas damage. If I can stop there being as much revenants with Torrids and Magistars running around, I'll be happy. I appreciate the kind words, guys. My dad was ill for quite a long time. He had lung cancer, so me and him had talked over the last 5 years about it. So I think it was the best way that I could have accepted it, knowing it wasn't sudden. So we knew it was coming. So, you know, I kind of accepted it and knew one day it would come. I had a great relationship with my dad. He was like a friend. So, yeah, they do want slot content. You're right. They're not interested in really niche, more cool things. You know, you see the thumbnails that come out. Goss just broke the game, minus 2 billion thumbnail, and that shit just pisses me off because it's so untrue. And any time something's new, somebody will put a title up like, I just broke so and so. I try and be very transparent with my knowledge in this game. I'm not the most knowledgeable, I'm not the best at the game. That's why I said when Foley went to level cap, that's by not me being great at the game, or when Garuda went to level cap, because I know nothing really about them. I post what I know about them, and maybe somebody will like it. But, you know, when I took Foley to level cap or Garuda at level cap, it wasn't because I'm great at the game, it's because that frames are great, and they're going to get the level cap easily. But yeah, the slop thumbnails and the slop channels, I won't mention them, even though I used to watch them in the beginning. That's slop. That slop shit needs to have. Oh, no stats immunity. That's our biggest issue here. Now we're okay for 5 seconds. So we want to fill the belly completely, then cast it and get the good 30 seconds of stats immunity. You know, one thing that really bothers me about Warframe, and I don't care how controversial this is, I don't care who's watching, Region chat being able to say what they want as long as it aligns in a certain political view. Then you say nothing, then you say something else that doesn't align with that political view, and you're nuked out of existence. You know, this is meant to be an all, what's the word for that? Welcoming with open arms type game, safe space type game. But if you don't agree with them politically, you get absolutely nuked. And I'm very centrist, I'd say I'm very normal in my views, but the stuff I see in Region chat that goes on and gets said in Region chat, they get away with it. Stuff that frankly should never be really being said in case there's kids playing this game. Now people get slipped through the cracks, they shouldn't. But, you know, you're allowed, they tell you to leave politics out of the game, but if your politics align with what DE like, your politics get to stay in the game. If politics don't align with what DE likes, you get banned. I don't agree with that. You know, I don't agree with any politics in the game, so just don't let any politics be in the game, not just a certain side, the side I write with. I have to turn Region chat off, I can't cope with it. God knows why Region chat are so obsessed with feet, that's all I'll say. That's the thing, Julio, that this game is so fun and so good at some things, and then some parts of it really let it down. So, you know, when I don't play Warframe, I twiddle my thumbs, I think, what am I going to do? I don't want to go back to Borderlands 2, I don't want to go back to Fallout New Vegas. So I try something new, and I think, this doesn't have the same replayability value. That's the issue, is it really? And keep the stats immunity up. We're in a dangerous situation. There we go. Stats immunity up. We're golden. Back into the ball. Heal 500 a second. And we're immortal. Jump out of the ball to break this overguard. Get his stats immunity up. And we're golden. Now let's just safely stay in this ball while we move room to room. Oh. I call this the testicle Grendel build. Yeah, one thing that I would love that they would change, Julio, is if they could make the exolizers be fixed by just holding down the extraction button in them. That could fix them and make them a lot better. Could fix cascade, because when these things bug, you could just go up there and hold down square and reset it. I don't know how easy it would be for them to implement that, but if they could just implement a button to reset the exolizers, it would make me a lot happier. It never seems to be in the quality of life changes. They know that there's people that love to play this game mode, and it's the only thing they play, yet they won't fix the exolizers. Yeah, well, I noticed that a Gaul made a. I don't know if you watched him. A Gaul, he's a guy that posts videos about Excalibur. He's really great. I think everybody that watches this, if you like Excalibur, or you just like really decent YouTubers, subscribe to a Gaul, because he's brilliant and he really knows his stuff with Excalibur, and he seems a really clued up, nice person. He made some sort of take on why don't we make Excalibur Prime come back, because he spoke to most of the founders, and most of the founders says they don't care if Excalibur Prime comes back. They got their money worth. Warframe's changed. He's just a skin, bloody blah. Then whenever he made a community post about it, I presume on the Warframe forum, that it was deleted and he was basically insulted by the moderators. Just the other day, the guy I'm playing with here, the person I play with the most probably, this is Aquarian, he gifted me the 600 plat folio bundle, right? I never got it, so I bought my own folio bundle. He's never got his platinum back. DE have not refunded him. They've basically ignored my second ticket. After they told me to get him in touch, they ignored him for days, and then they basically said to him, as far as I'm aware, tough, you're not getting your platinum back. We can't prove you done that, because you didn't pay for it with Steam or something, they said. But, you know, if they'd looked in my inventory at that point, they would have seen that I didn't own Foley, and they would have seen, and you know, whenever he tries to gift it to me, it says you can't gift this twice or something. So surely in their system end, they can see that he's attempted to gift me Foley, I never received it, and his 600 platinum has just vanished completely. I don't agree with that. And I noticed that same guy I'm talking about, the Excalibur main, had made a video, made a post talking about he'd made a ticket and basically got the same sort of stuff. Yeah. I thought I hadn't seen you on here for a while, to be honest. Because I noticed a lot of times if I'd ever posted a live or posted a video, you know, I'd now and then get a comment, but I hadn't seen you for a long time, and I was wondering where you were at. You know, to be fair, I haven't taken a proper break from Warframe since the Clearvo update, but I'm going to have to take a break sooner or later, I think, because I'm getting really fed up. I hope that this update would have had some arcanes or some augments that would have changed the way we play frames. You know, arcanes and augments really can completely change builds. Look at persistence. It's put a new lease of life in so many frames. And the fact that we didn't get any new arcanes or anything in this update, and we didn't even get arcanes to fucking farm in the event, is really disheartening. So the next update we get better knock it out of the ballpark, I think. We're needing status immunity, come on. Everybody's nuking everything, I need my status immunity. Oh, we're almost at level cap. Yeah, so if I don't play Warframe, I twiddle my thumbs, I go back and look at old games. I sometimes play Pokemon playthroughs, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Silver, because yes, I'm old, I'm Uncle Status. That's the games that I grew up playing and I loved them. Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Silver are goated and they'll always be great games. So I sometimes do playthroughs in that. I don't know if you have ever seen J-Rose. He does one Pokemon playthroughs on Pokemon Blue. So you'll take like Charmander and see how long it takes to complete Pokemon Blue. I've been doing things like that with teams, not actual one Pokemon, just, you know, a team of Pokemon, and seeing how quickly I can complete the game with that team. Then, you know, try a different team. It's quite interesting if you like Pokemon games, especially the old ones. This Grendel, it looks like he's going to reach level cap deathless. As long as we just keep maintaining this status immunity, we should be golden.
Working on backups.
But everybody's nuking people before I can get them in my stomach. See, I've never played Mass Effect, but I've heard good things about it, and I've heard quite good things about that Monster Hunter game. I was saying to Baron that I've been playing this Edge Runners game. I don't know if you've ever seen it or played it. Footage of Edge Runners when you've got a complete build looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, that about what you said there about these support, it's shocking because when I got unjustly banned forever last year or 2 years ago, what had happened was I had melted down a heap of mods and it didn't warrant like 40,000 endo, but it glitched and gave me 40,000 endo. Then I got a please wait screen, then I got banned till 2027 or whatever it is, 2035, whatever it is. So I put a ticket in, and within a few days they says, yes, our system's flagged up a mistake and it banned you. So it turned out it had glitched out with the endo, and it gave me thousands of endo when it should only give me something like 10,000 endo. But they fixed it in a timely fashion. Within a few days, I was back on Warframe and it was working. Well, like I said, I've heard people getting banned on region chat for saying things that are not even considered bad. Yet you've got people talking about femboys and feet constantly in region chat. How the hell can DE allow that shit?
Working on backups.
And why are you allowed to say all these sexually charged things and get away with it, yet you say something that they don't like politically and you're instantly banned? That's shocking. Absolutely out of order, that. Bullshit, we need the status immunity. We need status immunity.
Exolizer spent.
There's only one dude here.
Might interest you.
And I missed the fucking thing again. That's really bad that they didn't help that. I don't like that they don't help the ticket. I just can't believe that 600 platinum of Aqua, this guy here, 600 of his platinum's gone and there's no explanation of where it went, and I didn't get the fully thing and he's not had his refund. You know, what the hell's going on? And we're at level cap. Hello, Baron. Oh, stats immunity, we got it just in time. So Grendel got to level cap. Yeah, I don't get how they'll ban that yet. You can talk about femboys' feet and all sorts of perverse things in region chat. Yeah, you say something about being against that sort of shit being shown to kids and you're a Nazi. No, I thought Nazism and fascism was stopping people being allowed to have 2 points of view, but it seems that you're allowed to only have one political agenda, one point of view in this game, or you will be crucified. But look at the sort of damage this Grendel's doing at level cap. Nothing to really scoff at. Not too great, but you know, we keep up the stats if we didn't look, we do well. And we're immortal. Look at this, we can tackle all these hits here. Look, we're healing faster than they can damage us. No helminth. No well of life, nothing. Just keep. And look. Now. Look at that. Now that's pretty wild. 9,999. And we're tanking it. So if that's not a good advertisement for Grendel, I don't know what is. Just maintain that stats immunity. And we're golden. I don't have any stacks in this, so this might struggle actually. A lot of gas damage that. So we could just run around abilities wise, but you know, you want to use your guns now and then, do you?
Exolizer spent. Enemy bounty secured.
Well, you know, I would dare even utter my sort of political views in this game, but I'm not going to shy away from it if I'm asked. But, you know, you just know what's going to happen to you if you don't openly basically have Marxist communist views, basically. You know, what happened to Nightmare Frame, I think, was disgusting. What he said about Temple, he's entitled to his opinion. He didn't say anything wrong. In my opinion, Temple's modelled after David Bowie. To me, Temple's a man, got a man's voice. I would never call Temple a she, and they can say what they want or do whatever they want about me. It's just absolutely insane that Nightmare Frame gets his glyph taken away when he was probably one of the biggest people to really advertise Warframe. I'm going to read this comment. I'll get my stats immunity, then I'll read the comment, because unfortunately the whole comment doesn't play on the screen. So finally, when I get the PC, at least I'll be able to read these comments without having to take a second to look at them and reply. As well, fighting for stats immunity. Should have took Revenant for all these comments and great conversations we're having, because, you know, I never get this much engagement usually. A few times from you guys, but, you know, apart from that, I don't really get much comments, do I? It's mostly us three talking. There was somebody else that was... Who was the person that was teaching me about... there was somebody else. Who else was teaching me about the Jade build? The Jade with the Glory build. I'm sure it was you, Julio, and there was somebody else that was teaching me about it. I'm sure they were a legendary rank 5. I can't remember who it was, though. Right, this comment here, let me have a look at it now.
Spent Exolizer has been retired.
So was this Warframe creators that done this thing you're talking about there? Kinda lost. Oh. Now, Grendel would have survived that if I wasn't AFK there. That would have been not an issue. Grendel only went down there due to my lack of skill. What we've got here. Now, we'll get our stats immunity up. Yeah, I would agree with that completely.
Exolizer spent. See what you make of this.
My biggest issue is keep the politics out of the game, keep the wokeness out of the game, and then keep the right-wing stuff out of the game. Ban anybody for being political if that's your issue. Don't just allow the leftist shit to be posted, and then people being nuked and banned for saying things like simply, I don't agree with X, Y, Z, and then, no, you're a bigot, you're a fascist. No, yous are the fascists for not allowing somebody to have that view. That's fascism. The fascists of today masquerade as being anti-fascists when they're the true fascists. And when get the stats immediately up, come on Grendel, come on. It's the problem with the overguard. It fucks it up if you can't get the stats immediately up. Yeah, when I seen content creators crucifying Nightmare Frame for his take on Temple, they were all making posts saying there's no room for X-phobia in this game, there's no room for anti-Sem in this game. And I just thought, all the guy said was that Temple is a he. Get an absolute grip of yourselves. You know, imagine this is the sort of people we had years ago having to storm the beaches of Normandy. They would have been crying in the boat over hurty words. It's wild. It's absolutely crazy behaviour. And then to remove Nightmare Frame's glyph, I'm sorry to go back on it, that shit really pissed me off. Because he was one of the biggest advocates for Warframe. I would say, and one of the most known people for Warframe. But then you got shills that just suck up the asses and panhandle them. You take care, Julio. It was great to speak to you again.
The void has manifested something other than a nightmare.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is open.
Well, my view is you do what you want in the privacy of your own home. You're consenting adults. Present is what you want. Do whatever you want. But I'm not going to partake in your delusion, basically. And I don't agree with it around children. And that's why I don't agree with what gets said in Region chat. Because the amount of time I've played this game and I've seen people say, want to join a clan, I'm 15 years old. Well, the shit in Region chat should be getting policed. And you know, Scotland is completely this way as well. The sort of political views we're seeing mostly in Region chat. Scotland is an absolute mess. Oh, we don't have stats immunity. Grendel's away. Go down. Get stats immunity. Quick, quick, quick. There we go. We saved it. Now we're immune. Now we can't die. Well, let's just see actually how strong is. Oh shit! Stats immunity. Quick. How strong is our gas clouds here? They're doing okay damage. So this is the gas clouds at level cap. So they can kill, but they need a little bit of help. Look at that. Now he is healing off of me, to be fair. So they can do alright, these gas clouds, to be fair. Still want to jump about safe like this and jump out and gun them down. But I'm lacking the deadhead stats kinda just now because I've been running about in the ball form so often. See, I didn't see that side. All I seen was the temple thing. So if he did say more things, then I'm misinformed about it. Oh, I should have kept that status immunity up.
Has been retired.
Oh, we're okay. We're okay. Get the status immunity up. Back into our ball. Oh, and here who comes? Our best friend, Violence.
We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Exilizer spent. Our enemy's folly is
Yeah, you can't just be, don't agree with me, you're wrong. That's completely what I'm against, because that's what I'm seeing in Region, and we're seeing so much in the world. You know, I might not agree with your opinion, but I'll fight alongside you to have that opinion, because we all need to have different opinions, and we all need to be able to say them opinions. But we're seeing less and less of that in the world, and especially in Region chat. They crucify you if you don't agree with them with certain things. That's why I just have it turned off now, because I'm liable to say something that will actually get me banned out of anger. See, on saying that, there's a lot of things Asmund Gold says I agree with. You know, like, especially what's going on over here in Scotland. It's an absolute state, this country. Prime Minister's an absolute mess too.
down an Exilizer. Working on backups.
But at the end of the day, live and let live, as long as it's not harming other people, really.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
What about 126 Exilizers, and what's Grendel had 1 death due to me being stupid and not really paying attention, I suppose. Well, I was completely misinformed about that situation. Thank you for clearing up, because I thought it was a strict thing of just saying temple's a he, and then that happened. I've seen people crying about Foley's shape as well. You know, people saying they're body shaming. It's a fucking Warframe. Fucking grip yourself. I'm body shame a Warframe. Anything to cry about. Offended by everything, ashamed of nothing, and crying about everything. That's what you're seeing more and more going on in this game. Shit like that. Now, if we've got Overguard here on the greatest pistol in the game, we've got nothing to worry about health-wise. But that's not why we're playing Grendel. We're playing Grendel because we don't have to worry about Overguard and shields. We're immortal with just health. But this pistol is just the greatest pistol in the game. Everybody needs to get it. The Angstrom and Garnin. There's no competing with it. It is just so good. It's like the torrid charge of charging mechanic with the bouncing ricochet mechanic of dual toxicist. But instant speed, no ramp up, just one shot, fully charged, then instant speed fire. So that's immunity, back up. And then we've got fantastic damage on this pistol, which is going to give us Overguard as it bounces around. In multiple millions because it's multiplicative damage. It's an absolute powerhouse of a weapon. Something that I always take to Cascade is my panic button. But look at that damage we're doing there. That was multiple million gas clock. And look at the damage this thing's going to do too. Was that 130,000 too? The damage of that. There's no shield there, they would have died straight away because it would have been toxin gas, it would have just wiped that corpus out. Yeah, that's an interesting pistol, isn't it? The Cantare thing. No, the Temple's pistol. It is an interesting pistol.
Spent Exilizer has been retired. Enemy bounty secured.
I was playing around with it. I got quite a good ribbon for it. You know something? If you like that pistol, I've got a good ribbon for it for you. I'll be able to give you that ribbon. If I've still got it, let me see if I've got it. I'll give you it if I've got it. What's it called? It's the Riot, is it? Look, here's a good ribbon. Critical chance, fire rate, toxin. When you log on, hit them up and they'll give you that ribbon. Pretty good for that gun. Oh, we need stats immunity, Grendel. Soup them up. There we go. Golden. In our ball form. And then look at this gas procs. What sort of damage we're doing? Into the millions easily. Now can we kill this Acolyte? Did he die from that gas procs? I believe he did. So, pretty impressive. Look at that. 276,000. 304,000. So, lots and lots of damage here. A level cap enemy, if I remember correctly, has 14 million health. And we're just melting these guys easily. On pure abilities as well, we've also got this to worry about. So, as long as we've got our status immunity, we're golden.
We're down an Exalizer, working on backups.
Right, where's everybody? Up here? Yeah, this is where our this is where we need to be. I'm faffing about again, testing the gas procs. I should be getting my fucking reactant. It's probably the longest level cap run I've done. Who would have thought that Grendel would have been my longest one? Usually I get the level cap, scan, and get out.
Exalizer has been retired. Our enemy's folly is your game.
Of course, there's only me that misses again.
Exalizer suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse. This cascade is growing out of control. We're down an Exalizer, working on backups. We just lost an Exalizer to possession. Get it back. Cascade is approaching critical levels. Your time is running out.
Your will was greater. This is good.